Don't wanna grow up, I wanna get out. Take me away, away. Hey everyone, Scott Plyer, pop cult fan here, and I just saw the new Freakier Friday movie. I saw it last night with my buddy Sean, and I want to give my own full review. I did do a review with him for his channel, but I also want to go into my own review, give my own thoughts about this film, and this movie, admittedly, at first, like when I saw the trailer, it did excite me, but at the same time, I had some reservations going into this, mainly because it's a sequel. It does what sequels do. It ups the ante, it ups the humor, and sometimes that doesn't always work for me with comedy films. But this movie, it hit me in ways I wasn't expecting, and I think the emotion, the heart that made the original film so special, I mean, that's still there here too. You get that emotion and heart, especially when it gets closer to the end of the film, in the third act, and that's all I'm gonna say about that, but it's definitely worth the experience of watching this film. If you're a fan of the first one, if you're a fan of Lindsay Lohan and Jimmy Lee Curtis, I think you'll really enjoy this. You'll love it. I think one important theme about both of these films is the fact that no matter how old you get, there will always be a teenager inside you somewhere, and you still got it. No matter how old you get, you still got it. You can still do a lot even when you get older, and that's one theming about these two films that I really appreciate, while at the same time also being a family comedy. And I love the humor, even if maybe there's one or two moments within this new film in which the humor is a bit too much. Like there's this one scene that kind of meanders a little bit at the beginning of the film. Once the body switching happens, there's this one scene where it's just like, we get it. You're kind of meandering on this one scene for a little bit too long. So let's pick up the pace, right? But other than that, though, say for except Lily's character, like at first I thought she was gonna be like the Stacy Hinkhouse of the film. You remember like that character from the first one, who was kind of like a bully to Anna. I thought Lily was gonna go down that route, but at the same time, I saw the trailers for this film, and I knew where that story was gonna go, so it was a bit predictable. But it was the journey that these young characters went on throughout the film that had me invested and cared about the characters, especially the young characters. And there's just a lot there that I really appreciated in regards to that. I think the chemistry, once again, between Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan is just so great. And I could tell that they were a family on set and off set, because there were bloopers in the credits as well of this film, and you could tell that everyone just felt like one big family, like on and off set for this movie, and everyone cared about this production. You could tell, and it's definitely a movie that maybe some might be a little bit be detached from, mainly because it's a lot more humorous than the first film was. Like, it really does up the campiness. Like, there are times where I like it, but at the same time, I'm afraid that's getting a little bit too campy and comedic. So there are times where I'm like, okay, this is funny, it is, but at the same time, it could be a little bit too much if they keep going at that too much for too long, if you know what I mean. And it's an enjoyable film from beginning to end. And it's a movie that once you get to the third act, you get the emotion that you kind of want for a family comedy between all the characters, and it hits hard. It really does. And also the music. I really enjoyed the music in this movie a lot. I liked a lot of the song choices, especially in that third act. There's this really great moments there in the third act. There's some really great songs in the third act, especially that one that was very much highly featured in the first film with Pink Slip. And I love that song. It's so catchy. I like it. I love it, that song so much. It's still stuck in my head. Take me away. I want to shout out, take me away, away, away. And it's just a movie that I do think has a couple issues, thinking about it a little bit more, but the payoff was just so much well worth it. And I do think that the time between this film and the original was necessary to tell this new story, because, you know, this is like 20 plus years after the first film, and Anna's a mom now, and you know, the Colemans are this family that feels a little bit small. And once we get these new characters in the picture with Anna's new fiance, it's really interesting what they do here, by sort of upping the ante, like I said, especially with multiple characters being body switched, which you know, provides for a lot of laughs, and it's worth it. It really is. This is an enjoyable film, and it's really decent. And if I had to give this a grade, I think I would definitely give this like an A grade. That's how much I loved this film. I mean, like I said, I mean, I only have a couple issues, but it's worth it. It's really good. So yeah, those are all my thoughts about Freakier Friday. So let me know your thoughts. Have you guys seen the movie yet? And also, what did you think about the first film, and how do these two movies compare? Do you like the first one more? Let me know. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.